Welcome to the Invested Academy Learning Management System, or as it is more commonly called, the LMS. We appreciate you taking the time to find out more about our LMS and how it can benefit your organization. Our Invested Academy LMS is a flexible, adaptable, easy-to-use online platform for e-learning, or the delivery of online education with a variety of training styles, practice quizzes and proctored exams, a management system for recording of grades, and certification upon completing the course requirements. Our LMS is based on Moodle, the world's leading open-source learning management system with over 51,000 sites and 36 million users. Moodle is used by major universities, colleges, and corporations to deliver online education, training, and tests. It's a well-proven system. Its powerful learning management system offers a vast array of features and options. Problem is, unless you're a Moodle expert, it is too complicated and hard to use for the average user. The trick is to take something complex like Moodle and make it simple for everyone to use. Like U.S. Supreme Court Judge Oliver Wendell Holmes once said, "I would not give a fig for the simplicity on this side of complexity, but I would give my right arm for the simplicity on the other side of complexity." The Invested Academy's LMS is simplicity on the other side of Moodle's complexity. We have designed a unique interface, which makes our LMS easy to use as a student, which we call a candidate, or by management. This is a comparison between Moodle and the simple Invested interface. Here you can see how Moodle is not at all friendly, unless you're a Moodle expert. The Invested interface, on the other hand, is clean, simple, and easy to use. Neil Osborne, the creator of the Invested Academy LMS, will be showing you the Invested interface live shortly. The objectives of the commercial certification program are to significantly improve the commercial realtor's knowledge and analytical skills in order to get more listings and put deals together. Enable the realtor to help the client make wise financial decisions. Improves the level of professional services provided. Help members decide in which areas of commercial real estate they should specialize, and then strengthen their level of specialization, such as in rental apartment investments, commercial investments, office, retail, and industrial, leasing from a landlord and tenant perspective, and the listing and sale of development sites. Provide competency assessment tests for new recruits or applicants wanting to join your commercial association or organization. Help provide consistent use of terminology and communications throughout the membership. Provide information for management on learning outcomes and to identify training needs and new courses for the membership. The Invested Academy LMS is based on the following educational principles. 1. Each student has their own way of learning. We know this from our own experiences. Recognizing this principle, the Invested LMS offers a variety of learning and testing experiences and presentation styles, which we will outline later. 2. We all learn at different rates. Online learning provides an opportunity for self-paced learning. Students can access the Invested LMS from any device, such as a Mac, PC, Android tablet, iPad, even a smartphone. A convenient and flexible way to learn while on the go. 3. Learning improves when the student knows they have to take a test which is part of a recognized accreditation program. Think about the times when you burnt the midnight oil cramming for an exam. 4. Students require constant feedback in order to measure their progress and decide on which areas require additional work. 5. Complex material needs to be broken down into smaller teaching elements and presented in different ways. 6. Peer recognition. The implementation of accreditation programs and public recognition of the students' accomplishments through a recognized certification program will be a strong motivator. The Investit LMS offers a variety of educational experiences, plus you can add many more. First, texts, manuals, and articles. Second, videos with matching workshop manuals for guided note-taking to enhance the learning experience. Third, practice quizzes and exams, used by the student to prepare for the formal exam. Fourth, Investit flashcard packs, a fun way to learn the basics. Fifth, the Mastery Challenge. Students can privately test their knowledge of the basics. The results can only be viewed by the student. Sixth, Blackboard screencasts, a visual teaching approach popularized by Khan Academy. Seventh, formal proctored online exams. Eighth, competency tests used by management for evaluating applicants. We will go over the LMS with you briefly to explore these different approaches to learning. In summary, the Investment Academy Learning System, LMS, allows the creation of a commercial certification program and to adapt the certification process to your organization's educational needs and objectives. The Investit Academy Online Raising Your Commercial IQ video series serves as the foundation on which to build an outstanding commercial training and certification program using the Investit LMS as the delivery platform. The core courses are 101, How to Analyze and Value Income Properties, which is a basic introduction to the fundamentals of commercial real estate, with a focus on the analysis of income and expense statements and the use of measures such as the cap rates to value income properties. 102, Real Estate Investment Analysis, an introduction to long-term real estate investment analysis. 103, Development Analysis and Valuing Land, how to analyze development opportunities and value land. 201, Applied Real Estate and Lease Analysis, advanced real estate and lease analysis, with a focus on how to use investment and lease analysis to put deals together. 202, Creating and Profiting from Joint Ventures, under development, how to analyze and structure joint ventures. 203, Retail, Office, and Industrial Leasing, under development. The Raising Your Commercial IQ series covers all types of real estate, including office, retail, industrial, and rental apartments, as well as a condominium and income property and land subdivisions developments. Additional elective courses can be added as needed. The criteria for the issuance of the certificate can be changed from passing the 3 core courses and 1 elective course to other combinations of core and elective courses as determined by your organization. It is important that the exams are properly supervised and are set up to prevent cheating. To pass a course, the candidate takes a proctored or supervised exam in your organization's offices or at an approved site that can offer supervision. The exam is set up on a computer by proctor or manager. Multiple candidates can take the exam at the same time, but will receive different sets and sequence of questions. Each candidate's questions are drawn randomly from an exam bank of over 100 questions for each course. For privacy reasons, the exam result can be viewed by the candidate and by management, but not by the proctor. The competency test is used to check that an applicant wishing to join the commercial board or your organization has the basic understanding of the most common terms used in commercial real estate. The competency test provides an assessment of the applicant's knowledge and provides the manager with information for training a new recruit or developing new courses. Additional competency tests can be developed for specific specialties such as leasing, land sales, etc. The LMS can be customized using your organization's logo, colors, and banners to match your website. New courses and resources can be added, as well as practice quizzes, flashcard sets for learning the basics, videos, PDFs, and resources material to enhance and expand the learning experience. Neil Osborne, the creator of the Invested Academy LMS, will now show you the LMS in action.
I'm Neil Osborne, creator of the Invested Academy Learning Management System, or as it's more commonly called, the LMS. I really appreciate you taking the time to find out more about our LMS and how it can benefit your organization. This is the screen that the candidate or student sees when they log in. From here they can take the Mastery Challenge, which tests their understanding of the basic terms and formulas we use in commercial real estate. They can view the Raising Your Commercial IQ video series or print out the workshop manuals. They can take the practice quizzes in preparation for taking an exam or learn from the Invested flashcard sets. And there's a lot of educational resources and articles that are available that they can access. They can also look up their grades for the Mastery Challenge test and the exams. The Mastery Challenge allows the candidate to check out their understanding of the basic terms and formulas used in commercial real estate. For privacy reasons, the only person who can see the Mastery Challenge grade is the candidate. The Mastery tests are short and focus on specific topics such as cap rates or financing. Many more Mastery Challenge tests will be added over time. Let's take the cap rate Mastery Challenge test. If the building has a net operating income of $167,313, how much would you pay for the property if the cap rate is 7.88%? The answer is $167,313 divided by a 7.88% cap rate, which is $2,123,261. The LMS offers many different types of questions, and we're all familiar with multiple choice and true-false questions, but Moodle offers a lot more options. The question I just answered is called a calculated question. Question number 6 involves completing a sentence by selecting the correct word from the list. Buying an income property with a high or a low cap rate requires more equity or down payment. The answer is a low cap rate, because a low cap rate compared to a higher cap rate results in a higher price and therefore requires much more equity. These are the results of the Cap Rate Mastery Challenge. My grade was 76.67%, but I deliberately answered some of the questions incorrectly. I can then go back and review the incorrect answers, which are identified in pink. In question 16, I deliberately answered no, but the correct answer is yes. Candidates can check their grades for the Mastery Challenge or for the exams by clicking on the appropriate button. The candidate Brian Leach, who's a famous retired hockey player, grade for the Cap Rate Challenge was 77%. I guess that's not bad for a retired hockey player. This link provides access to the Raising Your Commercial IQ video series, manuals, practice quizzes, and the Invested flashcards. Let's take a look. For each course, they can view a video online from any kind of device such as a PC, Mac, Android tablet, iPad, even from a smartphone. They can take a practice quiz to test their knowledge and to prepare for a course exam. The practice quiz for each course consists of approximately 30 questions drawn randomly from the course test question bank. There's no need for us to review a course practice quiz or even exam because it works exactly the same as the Cap Rate Mastery Challenge that we just reviewed. Flashcards. I'm sure you remember from your kindergarten days. Well, perhaps not, but maybe in high school the teacher used flashcards, or you develop your own flashcards for preparing for an exam. Flashcards are really good at teaching real estate terms, definitions, and basic calculations like calculating the cap rate or the debt coverage ratio. Each flashcard set covers a specific topic like cap rates, and we'll be continually adding new topics. I'll illustrate flashcards using the flashcard set gross income multipliers, and cap rates. Flashcards are a really great way to learn the basic formulas and calculations. In this case, calculate the cap rate using a net operating income of $125,000 and a sale price of $1,600,000. The answer is on the flip side, which shows the formula for the cap rate, the calculation, and the answer. Blackboard screencasts. An interesting and lively way to teach basic calculations like cap rates or debt service ratios is to simulate writing on a blackboard. This approach has been popularized by Salman Khan and the Khan Academy to teach millions of kids around the world topics like algebra, math, and biology. I'll illustrate this approach by showing how to use the cap rate to quickly determine the likely value of an income property. The sale price is the net operating income, or NOI, divided by the cap rate. The cap rate comes from comparables. If the net operating income is $120,000 per year and the cap rate is 10%, the sale price is $120,000 divided by the 10% cap rate, which is $1,200,000. The neat thing about the Blackboard approach is that it shows vividly how to carry out calculations. As the LMS evolves, we'll be adding a series of short Blackboard screencasts or vignettes to teach the basics of real estate investment analysis. There's a lot of resources available, such as a list of all the formulas commonly used in commercial real estate, showing the formula, sample calculations, and a practice set with a solution guide. There's informative articles, checklists, and a series of videos on specific topics such as buy versus lease, hold versus sell, lease analysis, development analysis, and a really interesting video on the impact of financial leverage on the return on investment and the investment risk. Perhaps your organization has additional resources that you'd like to add. This wraps up the presentation in the Invested Academy Learning Management System from the candidate's perspective. We'll now look at it from a management perspective. This is a screen that a manager sees when they log in as a manager. They have the same access to the videos, practice exercises, flashcard sets, etc. as a candidate. But in addition, they see the action menu, which allows them to manage the LMS system by carrying out certain actions such as viewing a candidate or applicant's grade, setting up an exam, adding staff, or issuing a certificate. Let's use the action menu to look at a candidate's gradebook. I'll use Show All Candidates rather than search for a candidate using their first or last name or email address. Bob Smith's the only candidate. Clicking on his first or last name displays his gradebook. Bob's done well on the 101 and the 102 Commercial IQ courses, but it looks like he has work to do on the more advanced 201 Applied Real Estate Investment and Lease Analysis, where he scored 67%. A very important feature of Moodle is the ability to set up roles and the permissions for each role. As an example, one role is a candidate, and we certainly wouldn't want a candidate to be able to look at the other candidate's grades, and we control this using the Moodle role and permission feature. Permissions are controlled by the buttons available in the action menu, which varies depending on the role and the associated permissions. This is a navigation menu for a manager who can add staff, set up an exam, view a candidate's gradebook, issue a certificate by clicking on the action buttons. Roles and permissions are very flexible and depend on your organization's structure, needs, and are set up during the implementation process. An organization with one office, such as a real estate board, would have a different set of roles and permissions than a national organization with many offices or individual units organized by geographic regions and managed by regional managers. This is a comparison of the potential action menus for a proctor, manager, and a regional manager for a national or state organization. The proctor, whose primary responsibility is to set up and monitor exams, for privacy reasons cannot view the student's gradebook or issue a certificate. This section has been removed, limiting the role of the proctor to setting up and monitoring exams. In contrast, a manager can set up an exam, view the gradebook for candidates belonging to the office, but not for other offices. For a large organization with many offices organized by region, the regional manager can set up new offices within a region and view the candidate's gradebook for the region, but only for his or her region. There's a lot more things we can do with roles and permissions than I've shown. Roles and permissions are flexible, and they're set up during the implementation of the learning management system based on your organization's structure, size, number of officers, and educational objectives. You decide how you want to set up the roles and the permissions. There are several ways that the roles and permissions can be organized for NCCAR. The simplest one: if the NCCAR LMS is restricted to NCCAR members, the roles and permissions are very simple. Proctors are appointed who will set up and monitor exams, and management who can set up exams, review candidates' grades, issue certificates, and carry out other LMS activities. Management could include staff members, directors, or committee members. You decide who will be a proctor and who will have management privileges. If your association allows other associations access to the LMS, the educational programs, and the commercial certification process as shown in this diagram, the roles and permissions will have to be determined. You wouldn't want somebody with management privileges for association number 1 having access to all the candidates' grades for every association using the NCCAR LMS. The best arrangement of roles and permissions will depend on the arrangement between NCCAR and the affiliated real estate association. This concludes the overview and demonstration of the Invested Academy LMS. Thank you for taking the time to explore with me how you can use the Invested Academy LMS to the benefit and betterment of your organization. Please give me a call at 604-988-9964 or email me at nosborne@investorsoftware.com if you have any questions. If you'd like to try the LMS, we can set you up with access. Give us a call. Take care.